Let's compare figure 6.12 from the textbook, the OpenStax text, to the slide of bone tissue that I have linked on the Histology Guide website. So first of all, both of these are depicting compact bone. You can see from the upper left corner of this figure, this would be a long bone. This looks like it's the femur. And compact bone is kind of like the thick solid portion you see on the outer portion of the bone. This is what we typically think of when we think of bone. And this is the portion of bone that you're looking at when you look at a long bone, such as the femur in the leg or the humerus in the arm. So you can see that this compact bone consists of these circular structures called osteons. So over here on the figure on the slide, you can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got about 7 or so osteons here that you can clearly see. These osteons are laid down in these ring-like structures, kind of like rings as a tree grows. This is the pattern that develops as bone is mineralized, as it grows and develops. And these are called lamellae. So you can see in each osteon several of these lamellae forming these ring-like structures. Now, inside each osteon, we have a central canal called a Haversian canal. So if I click on this link here, it's zoomed in for me on, this is one osteon, and right there in the middle is the Haversian canal. Now, the Haversian canal is not labeled on figure 6.12, but I definitely would expect you to be able to easily identify that. But over here on figure 6.12, you can see what's inside these Haversian canals. There's an artery, there's a vein, there's a nerve, that green structure is called a lymphatic vessel. And this just reminds us that bones, these are living tissues. Each bone, such as the femur in the leg, it is considered an organ. It requires oxygen and nutrients. That's what the artery is delivering. There's a nerve supply to it. This is what is responsible for the pain if you break a bone. So this is living tissue here. So there's a few more structures from the Histology Guide website I'd like you to identify. If we click on Haversian lamellae, it's simply showing you now, we're zoomed out on an osteon, and it's just kind of showing you those lamellae, those ring-like structures. If you click on lacunae, you can see these dark, kind of oblong-shaped regions. These lacunae are where osteocytes reside. Osteocytes are the main cell type in bone tissue that kind of direct activity within the bone. And so these osteocytes need to communicate with one another, and they do that through these what are called canaliculi, kind of like little canals. You can see they travel from one lacunae to the next. So just a couple more detailed structures on the slide I would like you to identify.